Thank you very much for tuning in here to Nurse Franny. This is episode 3, and we are going to go over some applications that I think, some apps that I think will be very, very useful for those students that are actually going through prerequisites and going into nursing, or some med students that are preparing for their MCATs. I know that there are way more apps that are available out there, a lot more books. These are just some that I think will be helpful. They are not all free, but I'll tell you the ones that actually cost money, the ones that don't. So I am actually using, and thank you to Apple Fox. It's a channel on YouTube that actually showed me how to screen record on my iPad. I know it's ignorant. I know that I should have known this before, but no, I didn't know how to record my screen on the iPad, especially with audio. Now, the first application that I wanted to show you guys, I think is one of the most important ones, is Essential Anatomy 5. Essential Anatomy 5 is it does have a free version with the skeletal system, but it's I think it's $14.99, and it is a must. You have to grab this app. I know it may seem excessive for an application, but for the depth, for the actual just for the content, it's amazing. You have all 11 systems, and it's very, very, very detailed. Um, Extremely detailed. It's good if you're gonna. It's for anybody. You have to get this. You have to absolutely have to get this. It's absolutely amazing. I'm gonna click on the skull here, top, and then I'm going to hide the other bones, hide others. I have an exam tomorrow where I have to name all 206 bones under crevices and every single little fossil that they have. So this app is actually going to help me a lot, even with pronunciation. So if there's something that I don't know how to say, let's see. Let's just click on the sphenoid bone, which should be behind. It should be across the ethmoid. So this is your nasal. This is your lacrimal bone right behind it, right here. Then your ethmoid, and right across from it, opposite to it, you should have your sphenoid. There you go. If I don't know how to pronounce that bone, you see how it actually connects all around. If I don't know how to pronounce it, click on the sound option right here.
Sphenoid bone.
It'll tell you sphenoid bone. I think I was saying sphenoid bone. It's sphenoid bone. You don't want to sound like an idiot when you're out there in the medical field. You have your temporal, you have your parietal, you have your frontal. You should have your glabella right here where this suture is. It looks like a suture anyway. Your glabella is actually right there, right where that perpendicular, where that vertical line is. Your glabella is right there as well. You have your occipital, but enough from this app. Just remember, you have absolutely every other system. You have your muscular system here. It's amazing. Look at that. Amazing. You have, let's just add that. Let me just come out. Look at this. This is great. This is great. Let's go and let's click on arteries, and let's take away muscle. Here's your arteries. This is fucking beautiful. What about your veins? Wow, amazing. Let's take away arteries. Beautiful. What about the nervous system? Wow, look at that. I can't stress just how just how grandiose this app is. Connective tissue. There you go. You have your hyaline cartilage here. You have your fibrocartilage. Respiratory. Let's take this one out. It's your lungs. Digestive. Beautiful. You can zoom in. You can click. You can learn. Greater omentum. Yeah, there you go. We have your urinary and genital. So you have your kidneys. You can zoom in. You have your suprarenal glands. Yep. Renal pelvis. Great. Lymphatic. Let's take away the renal. Now we have our lymphatic system, our endocrine system right there. Excellent. Excellent. Now, one of the other apps that I'm going to use to study for nursing is Khan Academy. Khan Academy is free. Just go to khanacademy.com, create a profile, and just type in NCLEX or anatomy and physiology, and it'll tell you exactly what you have to study. It'll start with circulation, and it'll just go from there. And I think that it's a freaking amazing. Now we have our periodic table, also free. Like Khan Academy. You can type in here and search your elements. You see your top left, I'm actually clicking down, atomic radius, electronegativity, melting point, and then it'll show you, it'll visually depict its boiling, material's boiling point or first ionization energy, which is really important. You have your supply risk if you're, and it also gives you like a brief description on top. You have density of an element is the amount of mass it has per unit volume. So really dense elements, boom, right here, osmium. You can click on this little eye here with the little down arrow to the right. It's right on the tops of the screen, and it'll show you its history. In 1803, Smithson Tennant added platinum to dilute aqua regia, yada yada yada. You have your supply risk. You have your pressure and temperature data. Advanced. You have your oxidation states and isotopes. This is actually pretty useful because you use different isotopes for the different procedures. So you can go ahead and use that. You have your on apps. I'm looking now on my horizontal line here with my row here of apps. So we're looking at, Essential Anatomy 5, Khan Academy is the second app, periodic table notes, and then the next three apps you have RN practice, practice questions. Next we have Science Dictionary. This is very useful, especially when you're studying the skeletal system or the muscular system, or pretty much any system, because there are some common words. You have fossa, condyle, and even obturator. Condyle and fossa, very, very common when you're studying the skeletal system. Because they repeat, and if you really don't understand what they mean, you're just going to be lost. But when you do, you might not know exactly where the bone is, or where the protuberance or the quote-unquote cave-in is, right? Your fossa, or your hole, right? Your foramen. You might not know where it is at first, but since you know that it is a hole, that it is a foramen, or you know that it is a fossa, and you know your planes, right? Your coronal, your sagittal, your frontal plane, your transverse plane. You'll be able to figure out where things are. Absolutely. So I would say it's a must to get the dictionary, which is free. I think it's a must to get the periodic table, to get Khan Academy, and the minor investment that you have to make. It's worth three Starbucks coffees. So by all means, don't go to, just save your money for a couple of days instead of getting that coffee. Just make your coffee at home, Monday through Wednesday if you have to, and then on Thursday you can actually justify the purchase of this application so that you can actually study better. These are all things that are a must because you want to be number one. You want to be the best resource for your peers, because all of these students that you see here now, every single student, every single person next to you, behind you, in front of you, is going to be in the workplace. All right, you're going to bump into them later on. It might not be in this state. It might be during a master's degree. It might be during your PhD. They might be your boss. They might be your colleague. They might be the person that you're training. All right, so all of these people, you're going to run into them. It's a small world. I run into people every freaking day. It's crazy. You will absolutely see these people again. So get their emails, get their phone numbers, study together, do whatever you can so you can all be successful at the same time, because it's not worth anything for you to actually, be a straight A student and then have all of your other colleagues, you see them struggling with a particular topic and you not help them, because them getting the 70, you can take that 70 and put it on yourself as well, because if you're all on the same team in the workforce, you don't want a colleague that's getting 70s. You don't want a colleague that's getting 85, 90s, that's not getting 100%, because then your team's not 100%. So you have to be, if you know you're getting 100, if you know you're getting straight A's, you have to help everybody else because they're going to be on your team. Okay? And we're all in this together. So just, this is my way of trying to be as selfless as possible. Please ask me questions. Really quick last disclaimer. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professor. I'm just studying. I'm a student, pre-nursing student, right? We're just doing anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, microbiome and chemistry. If there's anything that you need to correct, please do so. Here, I'm open for absolutely any sort of criticism. the next video, and I'm going to have to do this after work, we're going to talk about genetics, histology, the integumentary system, and the skeletal system. So for genetics, real quick, before we proceed, we're going to go over the law of complementary base pairing. We are going to go over, the different nucleotides, the process of messenger RNA actually doing transcription and translation. Well, that's transfer RNA. We're going to go over genotype, phenotype, and karyotype. We're going to go over sex-linked traits. We're going to go over chaperone proteins. We're going to go over the base triplets, codons and anticodons, the cell cycle. G1S, G2, and interphase. We're going to go over mitosis, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. I'm going to show you the mnemonic and things that you have to learn from each single phase. That's very important. Polygenic inheritance and pleiotropy. We're going to learn about that. We're going to learn about cancer, what causes cancer, benign tumors and malignant tumors, oncogenes and tumor suppressor genes. And I think that once we go over all of that, we should be ready with genetics for our exams or our possible quizzes. For histology, we're going to go over the three germ layers. We're going to go over the 4 primary types of tissue and their subcategories, right? So for epithelial tissue, we're going to go over simple and stratified. For connective, we're going to go over fibrous, adipose, cartilage, bone, and blood. For nervous system, for the nervous tissue, we're going to go over neurons and neuroglial cells. And for the muscular, we're going to go over cardiac, smooth, and skeletal and how they differ from each other. For the integumentary system, I'm not going to say a lot now for this video because I did go over it on video number 1. And for the skeletal system, we're literally going to just try to look and find all 206 bones. Those are going to be 4, maybe more individual videos that I will start today after work and after my workouts. It's going to be pretty late, but thank you very much for your patience. I hope I didn't take too much of your time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in a bit.